Hello, good day. How are you today? You're good, right? Okay. Are you ready for today's lesson? You are? That is good. Today in mathematics, we are going to be looking at arithmetics with rational numbers. Okay? Our topic for today in mathematics is on arithmetics with rational numbers. So are we ready for the lesson? We are with our books and our pencils or pen to get into today's lesson, right? Okay, so what do we mean by rational numbers? Rational numbers are those that can be expressed as fractions, where the numerator and the denominator are integers, okay? Do you understand? These are all rational numbers. 3 over 4 minus 2 over 5, 7 minus 1 over 2, 0.75, 0.6. There are more. All these numbers are rational numbers, okay? Do you understand that? We can also perform addition, subtraction, multiplication to rational numbers. It's similar to whole numbers, okay? So we're going to be doing that. I hope you're not confused. I know you're saying fractions here, right? But fractions are different from rational numbers, okay? Fractions are a way to represent parts of a whole, right? But rational numbers, on the other hand, include fractions, but also extend to include integers and whole numbers. So while all fractions are rational numbers, not all rational numbers are fractions. Fractions are a subset of rational numbers that specifically represent the division of two integers. Okay, do you understand? Let's say you have a pizza. If you take only half of that pizza, that is a fraction, right? That is half, 1 over 2. Now, if you also consider having one whole pizza, that is a whole number. So rational numbers include both the fraction, which is half, 1 over 2, and the whole number, which is 1, because they represent parts of the pizza in different ways. Fractions are like slices, and rational numbers include all types of slices and whole pizzas. Okay? Do you understand that? Okay, good. Now we are going to be looking at addition of these rational numbers. We have here 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. We are going to add the numerators together, okay? Then the denominators, we are going to look for a common denominator, which is between these two numbers, we are going to find the lowest common multiple, okay? So first we are going to add the numerators. 3 plus 1 is going to give us 4. Now we have to look for the common multiple of 4 and 2. The common multiple of 4 and 2 is 4. Okay? You know how to get the lowest common multiple, right? If you have a number 4, you keep adding 4, keep adding 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. 4 plus 12 is 16. And it keeps on going. It doesn't have an end, okay? Now you have the lowest common multiple of 2. You continue adding 2. Now, between these two numbers, you have to look for the two numbers that are common in them, okay? And it has to be the lowest. Like in 4, we have 4 here and we also have 4 in 2. We have 8 in 4, we also have 8 in 2. But we are looking for the lowest common, okay? And the lowest common here is 4. So we're going to maintain 4 as the denominator, okay? So 3 plus 1 is 4 over 4. Remember, we're maintaining 4 as the denominator. So 4 changes, so it's 4. So 4 over 4. 4 going to 4 is 1. So this question is equals to 1. Okay? Same when you are also subtracting. 5 over 6 minus 4 over 3. You subtract the numerator and look for the lowest common multiple of 6 and 3. The lowest common multiple of 6 and 3 is still 6. If you use this method, you are going to see that is 6, okay? So 5 minus 4 is going to give us 1, and we maintain 6 as our denominator. So we have 1 over 6. Do you understand? That is how you do it, okay? Now we are going to be looking at adding and subtracting of decimals. When you have decimals, how do you add them if you are presented with a question like this? And how do you subtract them if you are presented with a question like this? We are going to do that today, okay? Now, when adding and subtracting decimals, you align the decimals, okay? You're presented with a question, 3.25 plus 1.8 is equals to what? When you're presented with a question like this, when adding, using this method, you align the decimals, okay? You know, in normal addition, the 8 should be under 5, right? The 1 should be under 2. This place will be left out. But this is decimal, okay? So you align the decimals. Do you understand? So we have here 3.25 plus 1.8. So when adding, you know you start from the right to the left, right? 5 plus nothing is 5. 2 plus 8 is 10. You write down 0 and carry 1, the normal pattern. You have 1 here. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So you write down 5. We have 5.05. So adding these two together is going to give you 5.05. Do you understand that? Okay. The next one we have 7.43 minus 2.18 is going to give you what? The same thing. You make sure the decimals are aligned, okay? So we have here 7.43 minus 2.18. 3 minus 8, it can't go, so you borrow from the next number. The next number here is 4. So we're going to be borrowing 1 from 4. When you carry 1 over here, it comes as 10, which makes it 13. So 13 minus 8 is going to give you 5. Here you are left with 3. 3 minus 1 is going to give you 2. 7 minus 2 is going to give you 5. Bring down your decimal, so you have here 5.25. So 7.43 minus 2.18 is going to give you 5.25. Okay? Do you understand? I hope you're not confused. The same with here, 15 minus 15.36 minus 8.21 is going to give us what? You align the decimals, okay? So 6 minus 1 is going to give you 5. 3 minus 2 is going to give you 1. 5 cannot minus 8, so we borrow 1 from here, and it's only 1 that is here. So when we borrow it and it comes over here is 15. 15 minus 8 is going to give you 7. So this minus this is going to give you this, okay? Do you understand that? Hope you're not confused. Okay, good. So next we're going to be looking at dividing fractions and whole numbers. Dividing fractions and whole numbers. So when you're presented with a question, 3 over 4 divided by 2, how are you going to solve this? To divide a fraction by a whole number, you convert the whole number to a fraction by placing it over 1, okay? And then invert the divisor, which is the second fraction, and multiply. That is what we're going to do, okay? So here we have a whole number. So we are going to make it over 1. 3 over 4 divided by 2 over 1. Now, when we have done this, we have changed it to a fraction. We are now going to interchange it, okay? The 1 goes up and the 2 comes down. Then the division sign changes to multiplication. Okay, do you understand? So we have 3 over 4 times 1 over 2. You can see that it has changed, right? The second fraction will change. The denominator goes up and the numerator comes down. Then the division sign changes to multiplication, okay? So we have 3 over 4 times 1 over 2. Now we multiply. 3 times 1 is going to give you 3. And 4 times 2 is going to give you 8. So 3 over 4 divided by 2 is going to give you 3 over 8. Okay? Do you understand? Good. Here we also have 7 over 8 divided by 2. What do? We change the whole number into a fraction, right? By putting 1 over 8. So 7 over 8 divided by 2 over 1. When we are done doing this, what do? The denominator goes up and the numerator comes down. Then the division sign changes to multiplication. So we have 7 over 8 times 1 over 2. The denominator has gone up and the numerator came down. So we multiply. 7 times 1 is going to give you 7. 8 times 2 is going to give you 16. So you have 7 over 8 divided by 2, you are going to have 7 over 16. Okay? It's easy, right? It's not confusing. Let's look at another question. 3 over 5 divided by 4 is going to give you what? What do we do first? Can you solve this? We make the whole number into a fraction by putting 1 over it, right? So we have 3 over 5 divided by 4 over 1. Now that we have made the whole number into a fraction, what do we do next? The numerator goes down and the denominator goes up. Then the division sign changes to multiplication, correct? So we have 3 over 5 times 1 over 4. So we multiply. 3 times 1 is going to give you 3 and 5 times 4 is going to give you 20. So this is how you divide fractions by whole numbers, okay? When you have division on fractions and whole number, you can do it this way to get your correct answer, okay? I hope you're not confused and you understood everything we just said concerning dividing fractions and whole numbers. Okay, good. So now we are going to be looking at dividing fractions by fractions. First, we looked at dividing fractions by whole numbers. Now we're going to be looking at dividing fractions by fractions. It's still the same way, okay? You just have to invert the divisor, which is the second fraction, then multiply, right? We have here 3 over 4 divided by 2 over 3. What do? We interchange. The denominator goes up and the numerator comes down. Then the division sign changes to multiplication. So we have 3 over 4 times 3 over 2. The denominator came up and the numerator came down. So now we multiply. 3 times 3 is going to give us 9. 4 times 2 is going to give us 8. So this is our answer, 4 over 8, okay? So this divided by this is going to give you this. We have another question here, 2 over 3 divided by 1 over 4. The denominator goes up and the numerator comes down. Then this sign changes to multiplication, right?